Hello folks, this has gone Spy. The Spy will come to you live for another Mass Effect episode. And now we've come into from the recaps from the last episode that Kaiden Anderson, based on the politics, has forced Anderson to step down, given not only the ship but the crew of the Normandy to Shepard and me. And it's because of this we wanted answers from Anderson's decision. He was in our shoes, Shepard's shoes to be exact, 20 years ago, and confirming that Harkin was right several episodes before we finished the investigation into Saren, that Anderson was given the opportunity of a shot to become the first human Spectre, but it's because of Saren's actions and because the favoritism of the Council that Anderson was never given that shot and was screwed off of those opportunities, and he kept it a secret because of something he wasn't proud of. And it's based on this fact that I made a promise and an oath to Anderson that we would bring Saren in to justice, that we would take Saren down, and we will prevent him from finding the conduit. I take this with an oath and solemn promises that we would take the Geth down, and no matter how many allies that Saren has associated himself with. And so with that, we take the crew and we take the Normandy and we set our mission off to any of the locations of leads that we could find Saren and possibly learn more about what the conduit is. But before we begin our mission, we need to get to know the crew and to get to know our squad mates. So, let's get to know our pilot, a Joker to be exact. Not Joker the clown from DC Universe, God no. But Joker, who has his own weird puns, so to speak. What's the ship's status report?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be? She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back of the galley. Can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I would hope so. Now, Joker, we need to get to know each other, so what can you tell us about yourself?
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions? I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain.
No we didn't.
You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I'm the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet.
Really?
My class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Disease? I'm sorry, Joker. We have no intention of insulting you. We didn't even know that you were sick.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick. You mean you didn't know?
Yeah, we don't know.
Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Wrex syndrome.
Wrex syndrome?
The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow. Too much force and they'll shatter.
Really?
With crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack. It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander.
Okay.
Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping a shin bone.
Uh-huh. So, how'd you even get the nickname? The Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau.
Jeff Moreau, huh?
To make little children laugh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right. You know what? I just asked that because you remind me so much of Santa Claus. Give us a straight answer, dude.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus. Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Were you unhappy with the nickname?
Why didn't you ever smile? Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not going to hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year,
Fact.
I was the best pilot kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation.
Okay, you sound like you were able to take a step and was able to own your reputation despite your condition. We need to know more about this disease, this Folger syndrome, if we're going to be putting our ship in your hands.
I need to know more about this Wrex syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands. Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure.
No cure.
Classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hips, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
How do you do your job?
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you? I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship, better, actually. So don't worry about it.
Okay, Joker. I could see that you're a capable pilot that doesn't take shit from anybody, and when somebody that doesn't take you seriously, you prove them wrong. I can respect that. Alright, Joker. You're a pilot that we can trust. For now, just don't do any worse puns that we can't even laugh about. If you do a pun, make sure it's a good pun. Goodbye.
I have to go. Alright, see ya.
So we got a capable pilot. Now let's see if we got a capable crew. Presley. Yeah.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. Not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
They're on our side, Presley.
We're all on the same team here, Presley. With all due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Nihilus, it was a good Spectratarian. He was betrayed. And do you doubt our decisions?
I'm in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel. Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Do you have a problem with aliens on the ship, Presley?
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans. It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Look, we should never turn away from help, even if it's from a gift horse in the mouth.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger. I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Good. I can't have any racists on the ship. I got no time for that shit. Can we ask you some personal questions?
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy? I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Azure Corps. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. Those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
And now you're here?
How'd you end up on the Normandy? I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
I see. Okay, Presley. Thank you for your time. Get along with the aliens on our ship because they're part of our crew now. Goodbye.
Carry on, Presley. Yes, sir.
This is definitely the comlink room. This is the last time that we've been into the room was with Nihilus and Captain Anderson. The break room. Time to get to know members of our squad.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just look at some personal input, Kaiden.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts? I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
Got a tactical appraisal.
What's your opinion on the last mission? I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Really? Well, it's good to know that we did our best. Just wish we could do better.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant. Commander?
See you later, Kaiden. So this is our captain's quarters. Used to be Anderson's, and now it's ours. Repellent in the metal gel will be useful for the next drop. However we get there.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Hello, Dr. Chakwas. Can we ask you some personal questions about what you do, dear? How'd you get reassigned to the Normandy? How'd you become a doctor?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Both always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse. And the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Do you have any regrets of your decisions?
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. Or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
I see. Thank you for your time with questions. But can you tell me more about Kaiden Alenko?
How well do you know the Lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
An L2?
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Kaiden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
So Kaiden is one with some of his own flaws as well. Well then, Dr. Chakwas, thank you for your time with the questions. We'll ask you any more if there's something that pops up. Until then, stand by and treat any of the wounded.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
N7, huh? Interesting.
In the early
Alright, now about the Gev, the L-Core. Let's get to know about the Batarians.
2160s,
and developing the region for several decades. In 2171, the Batarians petitioned the Council to declare the Verge a zone of Batarian interest. The Council refused, however, declaring unsettled worlds in the region open to human colonization. In protest, the Batarians closed their Citadel embassy and severed official diplomatic relations with the Council, effectively becoming a rogue state. They instigated a proxy war in the Verge by funneling money and weapons to criminal organizations, urging them to strike at human colonies.
I see.
Hostilities peaked with the Skillian Blitz of 2176, an attack on the human capital of Elysium by Batarian-funded pirates and slavers. In 2178, the Alliance retaliated with a crushing assault on the moon of Torfin, long used as a staging base by Batarian-backed criminals. In the aftermath, the Batarians retreated into their own systems and are now rarely seen in Citadel space.
And according to Presley and to Nihilus, on the Skillian Bridge, Shepard was seen as the sole defender, defending against the invaders and saving Elysium against the Batarians. We really do pick our Shepard to be a badass.
The terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel Council or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is populated by a loose affiliation of minor species, united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel Conventions. Their independence comes at a price. The terminus is fraught with conflict. War among the various species is common, as governments and dictators constantly rise and fall. The region is a haven for illegal activities, particularly piracy and the slave trade. At least once a year, a fleet from the terminus invades the nearby Attican Traverse. These attacks are typically small raids against poorly defended colonies. The Council rarely retaliates, as sending patrols into the terminus systems could unify the disparate species against their common foe, triggering a long and costly war.
Which would explain a great deal why the Council would not want to aid any colonists, because these sorts of things happens all the time beneath the Alliance notice.
There are between 2 and 400 billion stars in the galaxy, and less than 1% of them have ever been visited or had their systems properly surveyed. Humanity's early expansion into the Attican Traverse was haphazard, a desperate race to claim habitable planets where populations can be economically settled. Ignored in the wake of this land grab were thousands of less hospitable worlds, each potentially rich with industrial resources. The wealth of entire solar systems lies untapped, waiting for corporate survey teams or independent pioneers to discover and exploit them. However, this is not an easy task. In addition to the environmental hazards, the fact that uncharted worlds are largely ignored makes them popular bases for criminals, revolutionaries, cults, and others who wish to remain unnoticed by galactic society.
And if this is true, we're probably going to be encountered some worlds that's not only uncharted but very hazardous. Would you explain we're probably going to need some suits and helmet to be able to make sure we don't exactly suffer from the poison harassness? And we need to keep an eye out for any of the criminal activities in these worlds.
The Normandy is a prototype starship developed by the Human Systems Alliance with the assistance of the Citadel Council. It is optimized for scouting and reconnaissance missions in unstable regions, using state-of-the-art stealth technology. For most ships, the heat generated through standard operations is easily detectable against the absolute zero background of space. The Normandy, however, is able to temporarily sink this heat within the hull. Combined with refrigeration of the exterior hull, the ship can travel undetected for hours or drift passively for days of covert observation. This is not without risk. The stored heat must eventually be radiated, or it will build to levels capable of cooking the crew alive. Another component of the stealth system is the Normandy's revolutionary Tantalus drive, a Mass Effect core twice the standard size. The Tantalus drive generates mass concentrations that the Normandy falls into, allowing it to move without the use use of heat-emitting thrusters.
And very interesting. And considering the fact that we may have like a cloaking technology, if we even have one, we'll probably need to learn more about the Tantalus drive once we get to the engineering room.
Combat Hawken, a mass accelerator propels a solid metal slug using precisely controlled electromagnetic attraction and repulsion. The slug is designed to squash or shatter on impact, increasing the energy it transfers to the target. If this were not the case, it would simply punch a hole right through, doing minimal damage.
I see. A lot more information to dialogue than we need to, so let's go down to the docking area room. Must be where we're going to talk to some teammates.
Nice ship you got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
You don't mind if we ask you any questions about anything personal? What's your story?
What's your story, Wrex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Come on, Wrex. Do not be an asshole.
You Krogan lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
Yeah, heard about that. That's really unfortunate.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
Indeed.
Not the same.
Isn't it?
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation,
No.
an infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth.
No.
And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
Okay. Okay. I'm starting to see your point.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Okay, we won't. But is it a touchy subject?
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
Really? Why?
The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Can you tell us more about the genophage? Why is it that your species, or is your species really going extinct?
Are your people really not?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
So?
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
Indeed. Why can't you?
Colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell us more about the genophage that has affected the Krogan species?
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it.
We heard about that.
All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far.
Jesus.
Every Krogan is infected, every one, and no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why not?
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
Um,
Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
okay. I see. Well, so long, Wrex. And, hopefully we could be able to talk some other time.
So long, Wrex.
Shepard.
Can we talk?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duties squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Okay. How are we doing? Or how are you doing?
The last mission.
Kinda wish you got there sooner, Commander. No offense. I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
That we saved your unit, your squad, your captain?
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
Don't blame yourself for that, Ash.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Okay. Well, goodbye, Ash. Hopefully we can talk some other time.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSAT.
You knew?
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Have you?
But I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your own way. At CSAC, you're bearing my rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
It's not that terrible.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. CSAC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
That was your only reason?
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
It's a tough decision, Garrus.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC.
Really?
Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
That depends on how you get the job done your way.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Good. Look, Garrus, I understand about your frustration with the regulations and the rules of CSEC, but while we're out here, we do things our way, the correct way. There won't be any rules on how we get the job done. However, if it endangers innocent people, we're going to have words. We'll talk about this later, Garrus.
Looking for supplies?
How often will you get new items?
Yeah, how
That
Elmerton?
depends on how many licenses you've purchased. But I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
So what are licenses?
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Manufacturers.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
I see. Well, show us what you got.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
I remember having this conversation, probably with this requisition officer before, about why we need to trade weapons. So this is the engineering room.
Tally, she's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Is Tally bothering you?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish
Really?
my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board, she'll know
She's useful.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team. You've got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
You would be correct. I want to know more about this stealth system that I heard about.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly? You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up. Unless you find a way to capture these emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
So we're invisible?
There's no way for anyone to detect us. Visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space.
I see.
Vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
The FTO gives us a way of our location.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel? Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions. Pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight. But for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing. One.
I see. Very interesting about the stealth system. But now, Adams, I wanted to know about why you became an engineer.
Where else have you served, Adams?
Yeah.
I'm a class of Alliance ship. I probably served on everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo
Tokyo?
cruiser, which is
Good city.
couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy though.
Tokyo's a good city. So what can you tell us more about the Normandy ship?
I want to know more about the Normandy. She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. She's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
I heard about the Tantalus, but is it a drive core?
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core? Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
I see. Well, thank you for your time, Engineer Adams. I'm glad that Talia is picking up some stuff from the engineering room.
Carry on, Adams. Aye, aye, Commander.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
This ship is special.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
So you're into ships.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a quarry. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the get.
That was 300 years ago.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and
Fascinating.
they aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
I see. I want to know more about the Quarians. I want to know more about your people.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Seriously? Like what?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows
Well, that's a stupid rule.
We also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
The Conclave?
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So you're a Democrat? What coincidence? So am I.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts.
Huh.
It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Okay, I'm starting to see how you have a government and how your the Quarians are like so well balanced of the rules and systems and stuff. What can you tell us more about our enemy, the Geth?
I want to know more about the Geth.
You created the Geth?
Do anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Tell us about it. We want to know everything.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
So, isn't AI research illegal?
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal.
So you're being clever about it.
So insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
The neural network? What's that?
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
So it's like a hive mind?
So there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
I don't get any of that.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose?
That was our innocent.
This caused a near panic among my people.
How come? Those are just simple innocent questions about why. Why?
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long.
So you build the Geth as slaves?
Of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves.
But in technical terms, you already have.
Sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. The general order went out across all aquarium-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
It's kind of hard to feel bad for you guys. You did try to wipe out them first, and after you designed them to be as slaves. No offense, Tally, but they kind of had the right to defend themselves.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
They defend themselves.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
Not everybody.
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemies who want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Okay, Tally. I can understand about why your people were driven into exile, and I understand why the Geth have become these ruthless, merciless machines. However, I can also understand why Saren would use the Geth as his soldiers because of a promise of the discovery of the Reapers being their gods, and the Saren being the prophet of the Reapers' return, and Saren would take advantage of the Geth's history of their beginning of their laborious slave lives. It's a good idea that we managed to be able to get a grasp of about why the Geth would assign another reason to assign what is Saren. Alright, so Tally, what can you tell us more about this pilgrimage?
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Do they always accept?
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
And that doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society.
So it's uncommon if it's rejected.
Particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
It sounds a little bit dangerous, Tally.
I can't believe they just sent you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. We
I see. Well, let's change topics.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Well, Tally, thank you for the insight of the Gev and the insight of her people and more about the pilgrimage. Hopefully we could be able to continue this conversation later. Goodbye, Tally.
I should go.
See you later.
Well, at least now we know another reason why the Gev would choose Saren as their leader, and why Saren would use the Gev. Alright folks, this will be a good stopping point until after these messages. So this has gone Spy, the Spy sign off for now. Sorry there was no gunfight action.